Alright everybody, hello and welcome as always. I am Sean, this is In The Mixer and it's a very special episode today. You can see I've got my announcement jacket going. I've got a different shirt on. Maybe I should go and change it. No, we won't worry about it. But a very special episode today because we are announcing not just our beta save for the release of Football Manager 2020, or just FM20, I'm going to start getting in the habit of saying that. We're also announcing the winners of our FM20 Giveaway, and in conjunction with that, announcing our main save for the full version of the game. Now, I will heap praise on the winners, but before we do that, I just want to thank everybody that's ever watched even a minute of content on this channel. We've been going for over a year now, and we have 91 subscribers, which is so close to that 100 milestone, which I'm super excited about. And while I've never really been focused on the views or the subscribers or anything like that, just about making the content and making content that I wouldn't mind watching, the continued support that I've had from a whole variety of different people in the community, whether they're collaborators or other people that are making content or just people in the comment section below, has only ever been a positive experience. So I've loved creating content over the last 12 months. I'm super excited to continue doing it again. I'm super excited with the way that the channel has grown and tried to, sustain views and subscribers, even when I took time off, when I went away to football coach for a couple of months and we didn't release a video from I think like the end of Feb through to the end of September, or the start of September. In my own personal life, like I got engaged this year, I got to travel to Europe and watch #UnitedPlay. Work's been good, life's been good, I have absolutely nothing to complain about in the world, and being able to continue and grow and engage with my own community and the larger Football Manager community has been absolutely fantastic. So thank you for everyone that's ever participated in anything to do with this channel, or even just the game at all. It's a great group to be a part of, and I couldn't be more excited to continue that growth through 2020 as a year and through Football Manager 2020 once it's released. Now speaking of, there have been a variety of announcements in the last few days, weeks and months around the release of FM20 and different features that are going to come out with that game. And there's some really cool stuff that they've highlighted, there's some kind of blur stuff that they've highlighted, but it never really matters for me anyway. I'm always excited by the game. Like as soon as they announce it, they've pretty much got my money on it anyway. I've had it pre-ordered since I think the first day it actually went live, so like I'm going to get it regardless. I just can't help myself. But you may have seen throughout the community a whole bunch of different people doing like reaction videos or their own take on some of the announcements as they come through. The reason that we haven't done one, the reason that I haven't looked to do that is because most of those alerts come through to my Twitter at like 2 in the morning, local Melbourne time. And by the time I would actually wake up, record a video, edit it, upload it with shitty Australian internet, there's 600 videos out there already. So we haven't really worried too much about that aspect of it. We're going to leave that to the other people that have already done their videos, people with bigger channels that want to deep dive into that stuff a little bit better. But I will over the next coming days, weeks, start replying to tweets, start picking out different things that I like in the game, and we're going to highlight those on InTheMixer_FM. So if you want to be kept up to date with that sort of content, go and give us a follow on Twitter. Now, I won't make you wait too much longer for our announcements. The first one we're going to go through is our FM20 beta save, which will be once the beta version of the game is released and probably a couple of weeks through into the regular game as well, just to give it like some time to actually enjoy it and dive into the games and the new settings and a whole bunch of different other stuff that I want to do with it. We'll probably play through to maybe the start of December. I'll go through the exact dates that I want to do stuff in a moment when we talk about our main save. As you're aware, if you haven't gone back and watched the previous announcement video for the giveaway competition and the way we wanted to do our voting for the beta save, it was voted for you guys via Twitter, and like so much of the content that I create here, it's going to be driven by what you guys want to see. And given that we haven't ever really done like a big club save on the channel, we had 4 options to choose from: Manchester United in England, Olympique Lyon in France, Borussia Dortmund in Germany, and Atletico Madrid in Spain. And the winner, which took a convincing lead, and then there was a late charge from the team that finished in second, you can check out the Twitter results here, is Atletico Madrid, which I'm super excited about. I cannot wait to manage in La Liga. They just beat out Borussia Dortmund. With 12 votes in total, I think Atletico got 4 or 5 or something like that, and Dortmund got 4, so there was a single vote in it in the end. I didn't vote, but thank you to the 12 people that did vote. You will help shape the content as we head into the beta save. And to be honest, I'm super excited to be doing Atletico. There wasn't a team there that I wasn't going to be some level of excited about working with and that I wasn't looking forward to playing with at one particular time or another. But the challenge of doing Atletico, I haven't done like a proper La Liga save since I think like Valencia in FM, I want to say 12 or 13. So the challenge of doing a couple of seasons there, getting them out as content on the channel, challenging Barcelona, challenging Real Madrid, immediately being in the Champions League, which isn't something that we've had on this channel at all so far, I don't think. It's super exciting, and I cannot wait to bring that one to you guys. I'm just keeping my fingers and toes crossed that Fernando Torres is available as a staff member, so I can bring him in as my assistant immediately as soon as the game starts. But again, thank you to everyone that's voting, and let me know your beta saves in the comment section below. I will respond to every comment that I get. I'll give them a like, I'll check out your channel, I'll do all that sort of stuff, but let me know who you're looking forward to managing once that beta is released. Alright, and the next portion, the big portion, the portion that the majority of you are probably here for, our FM20 giveaway. Before I announce the team for the main save, we're going to go through the winners of that competition. And if you think back to that last video that we did, if you haven't checked it out, I gave a couple of clues as to what we were going to be doing and where we were going to be managing, and it was up to you to figure out who we were going to be managing as our main save in FM20. And I kind of thought I was being a bit of a jerk with it, that I was keeping it deliberately vague, but we had a couple of people that got it immediately, and then another person that had about 100 guesses but then got it eventually. So we're not going to be giving away 1 copy, not 2 copies, but 3 copies to fans that were able to guess the correct team. The first clue that I gave you guys was that we were going to be using the FM Editor's level 10 database in England again. So it was going to be an English team in that structure somewhere. It was going to be a club that didn't, currently exist, because we were making new logos, we were making things in that database, we were working with some of the key collaborators that we've done with our #United series. And last one, and the big one, was that I showed you guys this symbol that you can see up on the screen now, which of course, if you haven't figured it out already, is called a triskelion. And if you figured that out and figured out where it might have something to do with, or just Googled triskelion and looked on Wikipedia, it would tell you exactly where our save was going to take place. Now again, I thought I was being super vague, but of the 3 winners, the first one that came through was Matt. You might know him better as FM Trequartista. You can follow him at FM Trequartista on Twitter, or there is actually a link to his channel on the main page of this channel in terms of like the related channels, suggested content, all that sort of stuff. Now Matt's a really great guy. He's been supporting my channel since it actually first started, because we kicked off about the same time. He makes really great content. I encourage everybody, if you enjoy what I do here on the channel, to go and check his stuff out as well, because it's really good. And of course, winning this competition isn't even the biggest thing to happen to him this week, because he and his partner Amy actually got engaged a couple of days ago. So very heartfelt congratulations to them both. You can see himself just trying to work his way into the good books, so that as soon as FM20 is released, he's got like a full couple of weeks to jump into it and record it as much as possible. And hopefully the free copy helps him on his way. The next one, you guys will probably know of him already, because he'll be the very first person that comments in the comment section below. Olumide Oteyebi. You can follow him on Twitter at Arsenal Faithful. The L in Faithful is replaced by a 2, so someone must have beaten him to the first bit. Not only is he a tremendous fan and supporter of all the content on this channel and #United and all the great stuff that comes with that, it's also his birthday on the 16th of October, so a couple of days early, about 2 weeks early. Happy birthday, mate. I hope you have a wonderful day, and I'm thrilled that we're going to be able to send you a copy of the game to help celebrate once the beta version is released. And last but certainly not least, JacksonWysong, who is at Gaming Veteran 3. You might also see him in the comment section below. He's been a long-time supporter of the channel itself, right back to when we first started the #United series, and then when we took a whole bunch of time off, he was one of the first people that came back and got involved in the comment section again, and has really supported the content all the way through. So thrilled to be able to send him a copy, but really super happy to do it for all 3 of the winners. They are all very deserving. They have all guessed correctly and done the work and supported the channel and done all the right stuff. So congratulations to all 3 of them, and I can't wait to see how much they enjoy the game over the next 12 months as well. And on another level, it's crazy to think that of the people that won the game, and you include myself kind of in that as well, there's 3 different countries, 3 different continents, a whole bunch of different people across the world are just watching me, an idiot, play through the game poorly in most instances. And because they either enjoy that, or they enjoy the games themselves, or even if they just saw the opportunity to win free shit, it's great to see that the FM20 community can bring so many people together from so many different areas and keep them engaged in that common interest. It's just a wonderful thing to be a part of, so I encourage everybody else to try and be as active as possible in it as well. And now the last bit, the bit that most of you have probably been waiting for, our main save announcement for Football Manager 2020. It's an idea and a concept that I've seen mentioned a whole bunch of other different places at various points, but I've never seen it executed that well, and I've certainly not seen it executed as a YouTube series. And as I mentioned before, if you figured out what that triskelion was, it will direct you to where we're actually going to be doing our main save this season, and that is the Isle of Man, just based in between England and Ireland. Of course, if you haven't heard it before, I should probably put a link to the Wikipedia page, because that's how I know most about it. They are most famous for their motorbike race that takes place on the Isle every year, but now, hopefully, given time, they'll also be known for their football team. Now the idea is that we're going to drop them into the FM Editor's level 10 database. The link to his Twitter is in the description below. Go and check out all of his work, because he does some phenomenal custom databases for like different time periods, different regions of the world, different levels within England, and they're always fantastic quality. I've never had a single issue working with any of his databases when I've downloaded them. They're always well tested, they're always well put together, there's never any gaps. And we'll be dropping them into level 10, somewhere around the Northwest Counties level. So they'll be in amongst teams from like Manchester, Liverpool, that sort of area, because that's where the island sits, up in the corner of England, or just off the coast in the corner of England. And there is a bit of a backstory that we're going to go into once the series releases, but it's not just going to be the Isle of Man on the island. There's going to be another club, which we'll tell you more about in the next episode, that is going to have billionaire funding and be a bit of a competitor for us to go against in the early seasons, just to add like a different layer, another layer of narrative to the actual series. I don't want to go too far with it and like get lost down the narrative pathway. I just do want to enjoy the game the same way that I've enjoyed the #United series, but I do kind of, in the early days, when you are just sort of like flying through leagues as quickly as you can, try and introduce some extra elements to that and some additional rivalries. So we'll go through a little bit more about the narrative and the concepts that we want once those videos are released. But there's going to be some really fun and interesting things that we're going to do in how we're recording and presenting the content, and then also how we're going to actually play the game as well. Now, we already mentioned the FM Editor and using his database again for this series. We're also going to be working with the Crest Kit, who is creating kits both for the Isle of Man FC and for Ramsey. Again, a link to his Twitter in the description below. Please go and check out his work. It's absolutely phenomenal, and it's mostly by request. So I just reached out to him, I think 12 months ago, like when I had no subscribers at all, and said, hey, I want to do this Football Manager series, I want to do it for #United, and he was immediately like, yep, no dramas, I'll have them done for you, and he created the super high quality kits that you guys can still see in the series today. He's going to do that again for like a home kit and away kit, and a third kit. I've sent him some like rough ideas that I made in Paint, but I'm sure whatever he comes up with is going to blow that out of the water. Incredibly talented individuals, as are all three of our main collaborators. And the third one, of course, is Rick at How Many Triangles. The video that you see at the start of every one of our #United videos, the video that you might remember from Dr. Benji's Thames FC series. He created all of those. He did the music for them, he did all the timing, he did all the animation. He's a phenomenal artist. Please go and support his work. He's got a couple of different stores and stuff that you can buy fantastic t-shirts and things from, and just genuinely a great guy to deal with. It doesn't matter if you're a channel that has 100,000 subscribers or a channel that has 91 like me. He puts the time in, he puts the effort in, he's a fantastic artist, and he deserves your support. All three of them do. So please go and check out the links in the description below. Send them a bit of love. And slowly, as we get more and more of their content coming through for the series, we'll release that on Twitter, we'll release it on the channel, we'll talk about it a little bit more further once we are up and running. The first episodes of that series I expect to go live on the 1st of December this year. That way we're going to get probably about 6 weeks in our Atletico Madrid series. Touch wood, touch whatever wood happens to be around you. We'll be able to get through maybe like 30 or 40 episodes of that series in like 3 or 4 full seasons, so that we can focus on winning La Liga, so that we can focus on bringing through some youth, so that we can focus on winning the Champions League, and at the same time hopefully unlocking as many achievements. I kind of want to turn it into like a dual save almost, where like we're not just doing the Atletico stuff, we're also trying to unlock as many of the Steam achievements as we can, because I don't think I've ever had a version of Football Manager where I unlocked every single achievement, and I know I can't get them all in the Atletico save, but we can at least take the first steps and then hopefully close them out later on in the Isle of Man series as well. And then once we're through that 6-week period, 1st of December, we'll switch over to Isle of Man. We'll play that pretty much all the way through to the release of FM21. I'm hopeful that all you guys that have been supporting the channel will continue to as we go into the new year and into the new game. If it grows, great. If it stays the same, I'm absolutely fine with that as well. I just really enjoy engaging with all the great people that we have in the community, and long may that continue. So I'm super excited for the release of the new game. I hope you guys are as well. If you want to help celebrate, you can like this video, or you can subscribe if you want to be kept up to date on future videos as they're released on the channel. You can also follow, I've mentioned it a couple of times now, I promise this is the last one, in the Mixer_FM on Twitter to be kept up to date of all the content that we run through there. But more than anything, I just appreciate you guys watching. Let me know what beta saves you're going to be doing. Let me know what main saves you're going to be doing. Let me know what team you can't wait to manage in FM20 once it's actually released. And as always, I've been Sean, and I'll see you guys again in the Mixer.